As the war on terror continues in Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, at his last meeting with service chiefs before his trip to the United Kingdom, ordered them to identify the leaders of bandits and kidnappers and take them out to restore confidence in the country's security architecture. According to the National Security Advisor, Babagana Munguno, the president says sponsors of criminality are working with persons in critical agencies of government to frustrate the efforts to secure the country, and he is sending out a warning for them to desist from their evil act. Also, the service chiefs disclosed that they have identified weak areas that will be strengthened to fish out collaborators with non-state actors. Joining me now is security expert Richard Amoa. He will be speaking with us on this recent development coming out of that meeting. Good morning, Richard. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. You have been following this battle that has been on for over a decade. Oh, yeah. And issues bordering on collaborators, sponsors, is a conversation we have had on this platform and even across the country. Even you hear people talking about it. But government now saying that, in fact, if you look at one of the dailies yesterday, it is quoted as saying that revelations of sponsors, that the revelations they got about sponsors is quite shocking. Yeah. And a lot of persons are wondering, we've been battling this for 10 years and we're just realizing that there are those who are collaborating with these people and that there is the need for us to fish them out. Yeah. What do you make of this?
First of all, I want to say sometimes government come across like they are jokers. Unfortunately, everybody on the street don't take government seriously because of the way they come up with their statement, the way they talk, and so many things. I listened to the senior media aide to Mr. President, and when he was saying that, how he said, I just shook my head. That everybody on the street in those days, that at least their sponsors, their financiers, are just, those guys are available. We also have Mr. Gumi, or Alaji Gumi, or whatever you call him, Sheikh Gumi, who has gone and who has met with these guys. We saw the picture, we saw the video. I don't know, but
we are not calling him a sponsor.
No, we're not calling him. No. That at least that that
he has
interfaced with them. Yes. Because at a point we're told they don't know where these guys are, and somebody, even the police, the military, went with him. So what we're saying, are we going to say the power to do the right thing, or are we going to say the will to do the right thing? Because Mr. President just coming right now to call that the service chief should come up with these guys. It's something that sometimes you don't really know what to say because these things are on the table.
Is it a reflection of our approach towards tackling this issue?
You see, a lot of people, I've listened to a lot of security experts on this table and a lot of civil society. When they speak, they say the way it is. See, the presidential will, the will of Mr. President to do what is right, I think is holding in the bag.
Holding it back.
Yeah, we're holding it back.
But he committed
for how many,
delivering.
Do you know how long?
Security.
Do you know?
Yeah,
exactly. Mr. President
so
said,
why would he be holding back? That's the question.
Because that's the question. Thank you. Why would we be holding back? Why would we be holding back in the sense that insecurity is festering so much that you think that do we have leaders in this country? That even the criminals are taking the security agencies for granted, and they are taking advantage of insecurity in this country. You hear insecurity like you want to go out and buy bread and akara. It has never been like this. Why will service chief wait for Mr. President to be called upon to say go and fish out the terrorists or go and fish out the bandits? We heard some people say we have good bandits and bad bandits. Tell me in dictionary, who is a bandit? You sit down as a security person, you ask yourself, do you even know what you are saying as a person? Because it's like you are saying 1 + 1 is 2, somebody say 1 + 1 is 3, and you are confused. Because let's say the way it is, do Mr. President need to wait to tell the service chief to go after these people? What's the role of the service chiefs? What's the role of the defense ministry? So we just need to say it the way it is. Let's leave tribalism. Let's leave political affiliative. Let's come together as one entity, Nigeria, and fight this monster. This thing is a monster, and they are looking at government not being together in their what? In their comments. A whole governor of a state was almost killed. Tell me, are we going to wait until such thing happen? So if Mr. President have called the service chief to do this and the sponsors are there, don't forget that we have about 3 major people arrested in Dubai. Yes. And they're in the prison today. Yes. So what has government done with that? Have they got any information for that? All the beauty change, all the money that goes out and come. These are simple things. But Vera.
In fact, the reasons why we are having NIN, BVN, was to be able to track and trace all of these things. How is it that we are not making judicious use of them?
Because BVN is, especially if any money drops in my account and I have over 5 or 6 accounts, they should know where the money is coming from.
Right.
What we are saying here is that let the government be truthful to ourselves. Let them be truthful to themselves. Let's have peace in this country. There's no peace. See, let's call it the way it is. People are dying every single day. For me, I have called, and I'm still saying here, I'm standing here. If we cannot do it, let's call machineries from outside the country.
But the government recently said that we do not need any sort of support. Even the UK is saying that the way things are going, Nigeria needs support.
They need support, yes. Nigeria needs support. If Nigerians refuse to say they need support, let's tell them that they need support. They need support, heavy support.
In what areas?
In tackling the insecurity.
Is it in the area of intelligence?
In the area is intelligence. Any area, security, whether intelligence or whether it's whether it's monitoring, whether it's financing, whatever it takes, Nigeria needs help. Governor Borno State Governor has called for this too. Severally, he comes on TV and said, if we need to get mercenaries, if we need to get other countries to come and help, it's not a shame.
But it seems we are not seeing what the government is saying. It's saying that we don't need any sort of help.
If we're not seeing what government is saying, it means that government is not seeing what people are saying, because we elected them and we're the ones suffering. A governor is going to drive from Lagos to Ibadan right now. He's going to go with entourage. But me as a single person, I'm going to drive with just my car. Who is safe? Who is not safe? My governor is safe, but I'm not safe. And we on the street are telling them this is what we need, and they need to do it. Insecurity in Nigeria it has become, see, let me use our local parlance, what we call Toro Kobo. That is, it's something you go to the market and buy with, it's just so bad. So what we might say here, let everybody get out there and do their job. Don't forget again, we keep saying this, Nigerian police are overwhelmed. The Armenians are overwhelmed right now. We heard Jagaban saying that let's recruit close to 50,000 youths. Yes. Because the bandits are recruiting more youths. The kidnappers are recruiting youths. So what stops us from recruiting youth to the army to help in fighting all of this? Yeah. So if Jagaban can say that, Ashwaju, if he can sit as a leader of a party, I think we should respect that. So the truth of the matter is that who is feeling who?
Well, the government has also talked about having a supplementary budget to addressing these issues, perhaps to bridge the gaps. And some persons are on the side of, we do not need it at this time. We have always talked about buying equipment, funding. We have always pushed a lot of monies, made budgets with addressing issues of insecurity, that not much has been seen that isn't necessary to really, have a supplementary budget to address these issues at this time.
You see, the issue of supplementary budget coming out of this right now, a lot of people are going to read into it because money has been spent, equipment has been bought. Just recently, we heard about the equipment that just came from America, the one that we paid for a long time, and we saw it online that it just landed. And the question, if there's anything I think they need to do is to motivate the guys on the field.
Right.
Those who have not seen their family for a long time, those who have dared just, are not encouraged. Don't forget the reason why the former services were asked to go was the fact that we're not seeing activities going on. People are see the bandits and the Boko Haram are still, doing what they like out there. And we brought in the new service shift. Has there been really any change? That's the question we're going to ask ourselves. So if you're asking for more money, fine. If we have, let's bring the money. Let's buy the equipment, because that's what they keep saying: equipment. But I'm saying it's more than equipment. Let's look at the political way to deal with this.
Decisively.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Now, with these sponsors they are mentioning, by the time they start mentioning these sponsors, I hope they are not going to say again it's a political to
which hunt
because of 2023. You see, Nigeria is a funny situation when it comes to insecurity. You see people
we politicize
everything. It's not even under Mr. Buhari administration, right from Obasanjo, what's his name? Jonathan. Mention every president has ruled this country. If it have been same thing, and I keep saying, if we don't change our attitude, 2023, new president is going to come. He's going to face the same thing for another 4-8 years again. I'm saying it live on TVC here. If Nigeria, if we don't change our attitude, if the politicians do not see that they are there as our leader to lead and do the right thing, 2023, whoever, even angel, come to rule this country, 2023, is still going to face the same thing all these leaders have faced. Because we are human beings, and they say the change starts from us.
But with the people who are the ones that put these leaders there, yes, we obviously have a role to play.
Thank you. Let me tell you, for example, let me just give an example. Do you see that, for example, I am doing what is wrong on the street of Lagos, for example, right now, and you see people blaming me for doing what is wrong, supporting me for doing what is wrong.
Boils down to mindset thing.
Let me bust what I'm saying as people. There's a story of a 64-year-old man who said that he was walking on a curb around in Abuja. A curb is where pedestrians walk. And because of there was traffic hold up, a driver started driving along the curb. What happened? So he refused that he's not going to move.
I read it.
You read it.
The social experiment.
Thank you. That is who Nigeria is. And it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that.
We're supposed to be holding our leaders accountable for delivering.
Thank you.
On the promises they made.
Why is that we're holding Mr. Buhari accountable for everything? Do you know why? Because we are running a federal system of government that is upside down. I'm supposed to hold my state governor. I'm supposed to hold my members of House of Assembly. I'm supposed to hold my House of Representative. But because everything is channeled to Mr. Federal. So let's go back and do what is right. Let the states have their own autonomy, have the power to say, okay, we have 100% in the state, then 50% go to central. We now know that security is owned by the state, all infrastructure is owned by the state and local government, then you can know who to hold to. But everything, you want to catch a rat in your backyard, you call Mr. Buhari. There's a snake going on in your backyard, you call Mr. Buhari. A husband and wife is fighting, you call Mr. Buhari. So at what point do you call Mr. Governor? At what point do you call the man you elected on your street to represent you in State House of Assembly? We come here every single day. We speak. We share our knowledge. Yet government pretend they don't listen. They don't hear. Tell me today, somebody is saying, "I don't want Nigeria." Somebody in the south is saying, "I don't want Nigeria." Somebody is saying, somebody in the southwest. So tell me, what do we want? I think the government should now call. If everybody is saying, we don't want this, we don't want that, call us together and ask, okay, what do we want? Because we put you there. But everybody is pretending like they are not listening. So I think, see, Nigeria is too big for any Africa to harbor. Nigeria is too big. So we shouldn't think that calling for, I want to be on my own, you want to be on your own. No. What we need to be calling for right now is the unity of this country and how we can progress. And the reason we are doing all these things is because the leaders are not putting their hand on the deck to work the way they're supposed to work. They seem to dirty their hands.
They're meant to serve. That's the essence.
That's it. That's the essence of the idea. And I'm saying this beautiful morning that if you're a leader, you've been called to serve. Do this thing. Every single day you wake up to bandit in Kaduna. Every single day you wake up to kidnapping across any part of Nigeria. It never happened like that before. I'll call on, sometimes we call on government, but let's take it even back to ourselves, the family units. All the children, all the youth out there today, they are from home. They are born of a mother and a father.
Absolutely.
So tell me, what's the role of the parents in all of this?
They are busy working.
They are busy working, thank you. So they are busy working and we cannot raise up our kids, our children, the way they're supposed to be. Now go to Delta, from Delta State, in case the governor of Delta State listen to me. Today you go to area like, what's it called, Abraka, Kwale, Agbo. 10, 11, 12-year-old children are not going to school. All they do is courtesim, yahoo. 10, 11. And we need to put a stop at this. So tell me, they'll tell you that school is a waste of time.
Security begins
from
home.
Family, from home. So if I'm pointing a hand to my Mr. President, to Mr. Governor, I need to point the many forefinger to myself. What am I doing in my home to
what have I done?
Yes.
To help my child inculcate that attitude.
Then a 21-year-old boy brings in an SUV of 21 million naira to your house, and you are not asking question. So what are we talking about here? It's so easy. See, insecurity in Nigeria is encompassing.
That is why some persons have said poverty is also at the heart of all of this.
I don't believe that. Do you know why? Because I grew up in poverty. My father was a tailor and a peasant farmer. My mother said pop-off, all the little things. I came to Lagos when I was 18. I just finished my secondary school. My father could not send me to university. So I was in Lagos, I schooled, I went through school, and I'm where I am today. I saw poverty. I ate on top of gutter. And no days I could not eat. You see, the truth of the matter is that there's an adage in Africa that says that if you are born, you reborn yourself.
Right.
A lot of us today are not following process. And life is process. Before the camera, I was telling Vera, I say you are an example to a lot of young ladies because I know you and I see how you progress. That's life. But today, a lot of people don't want to progress. They see a 50-year-old man driving a car, driving a big car, who has been working since. But you, as a young person, you want to make that quick money. Today, parents have allowed their children to be the breadwinner of their home. So how long are we going to continue like that? So every family needs to look back. Government might be messing up. Government might not be doing it right. But for us as people, we see a family where two brothers, two sisters, even mother joining, father joining, and they have a kidnapping gang. Tell me, where is it done in the part of the world? It's Nigeria. This is a country where you see a criminal in your home. You can't call him or her out because it's related to you. And forgetting that person is coming to hurt you. So I think there's so much we need to look at insecurity in Nigeria.
Perhaps this is why we say this. It is that security is everyone's business. It's not just about the government. When government, as long as government is doing its part, everybody needs to play its part. It's a chain that at the end of the day becomes to the benefit of everyone. That's
it. Right. Because that's it. You see, in all of this, we cannot but say again, government needs to be thinking about state security.
Right.
They need to be taking, because you see, Nigeria is becoming too big for us to just have a centralized police system. That's my own.
Well, we have to leave the conversation here now. Security expert Richard Amoah. Thank you so much. A lot has been said. Very importantly, security is the business of everyone. As a family, we need to take our place, play our role. Government, on its part, also has to play its role. And perhaps the suggestions you have made, government, those in power are listening and will take needful steps. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me.